Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little bit of a craft with me. I saw this idea on Instagram for a Maggie Holmes style cake stand using cloches from either Amazon or Hobby Lobby. And you kind of make a paper cake to go inside of it. So it kind of looks like this. This is, one that I created. There are so many other better ones out there. But this is the one that I'm going to craft today, and I thought I'd show you up front so that if you do want to see how I made this, you can craft along right beside me. So you're going to start by taking a piece of scrap paper and cutting it at 1.5 inches on one side, and then putting it to its side, so turning it over to its side and cutting it at 7 inches. So 1.5 by 7, and then you're going to put it back onto the scoreboard and score at 1/4 inch. So just 1/4 inch away from the edge. Oh, you can't really see it there, so I flipped it over. So 1/4 inch from the edge is what you want, and then you're going to start cutting flaps up to that score line. So after you finish cutting your flaps, you're gonna fold it over like here. I'm just doing it with my fingers, or you can do it with a bone folder if you'd like. So it's all flappy, and then you're going to punch out a circle, and using your 2.5 or 2 inch circle punch, and start wrapping this piece around the circle. Alrighty, so before we continue, I am going to get rid of the scoreboard. But I will start with a few flaps at a time, apply glue to it, and then start wrapping the flaps around the circle. And so as you continue doing that, the paper will start to work with you, and you will get to the end before you know it. And so all you need to do when you get to the end is glue the final flaps down. I do like to glue the end pieces here first before I glue the final, these flaps down. And I do use Dollar Tree clips here, these pink clips, to keep everything in place. I don't know, I just find it helps with the drying process. Before I let it completely dry, I will add another circle. So like this is another 2-inch circle. I'm going to add it to the bottom here so that it doesn't show the ugly pieces. It kind of covers the ugly flat pieces because no one wants to see that. And then I am going to add this glue bottle as an extra weight so that, it glues down evenly. So while the first cake is drying, I will work on a second cake. So I'm going to follow the same principles by cutting it in 1.5 inches by 7 inches and then scoring it at 1/4, cutting my flaps, folding it, and this time I'm going to be using my bone folder to make sure everything is burnished properly. Wrap it around a circle, and then I am going to glue it and let it dry. And while that's drying, I will cut from this purple glitter paper, cut a scallop from it, and then get that glued on. I am not going to glue the little scallop pieces down because it's too small for me to do that. So I'm just going to leave it and slightly bend that part. Alright, so here is the first cake dry. And then I did punch out another 2-inch circle, but I trimmed the edge of it by I'm going to say 1/8 of an inch, just so that it's smaller than that first cake. And then I did cut off another strip of scrap paper, 1.5 inches by 6.5 this time around. And then I did score it at 1/4 inch and then cut different tabs in there so that it'll easily wrap around my circle. Alright, so this is it all done and slightly decorated. I did put a bow tab on top, a leaf trim on the side, and then a butterfly piece here, as well as 2 resin pieces, which the resin pieces I'm not really, loving, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much that cake done. And then I'm gonna open, you can pull it by the tab. There is some stuff in here. There are candy beads and flowers and stuff like that. So you can put charms, whatever you want in the cake. So that's the first cake. And then I'm just putting it, I'm not really embellishing the cake stand or anything because there's just so much busyness going on with the cake. So I'm just going to put it on the stand and cover it with a cloche, and we'll call that a day. So that is the first cake. And then the second cake is kind of smaller. So I did just put a flower on top, no crazy embellishments there. And then the side here is a scallop circle, and that would be like the frosting. And then on the side I do have some rhinestone trim and then some flowers from Hobby Lobby. Alright, so then underneath this is a mini cake with a flower. Oh, I just totally spilled everything. So when you lift that, there's stuff you can put in here. And what I wound up putting in here is this super pretty envelope charm that I hauled like a month ago, I think. And then this, I don't think I hauled this one, but this is a super pretty teapot charm that I got from Pretty Mix Studio. And then I'm just putting a bunch of random Hobby Lobby flowers in there. There's a random stem. And then that's really it. So I'm going to put this back, this on top. And then I did go ahead and embellish the cake stand. Sorry, 1 second. The cake stand. So I put a tassel trim on the side of the cake stand, and then where it ended I did put a butterfly and a heart. So when I put it like that, I'm going to put the cake on top like so, and then the cloche on top. Now if you get the cloche from Amazon, it does not have a hole over here. You can glue a bow, you can tie a bow around it. There's enough space here to do that, and I might just do that on one of these. But the ones that you get from Hobby Lobby, they do have a hole in it already, and you can, dangle a charm off of it. So there are endless possibilities with these cakes and stuff. But yeah, thank you for joining me as I crafted, and I will catch you on the next crafty video. Bye!